proud hosts of the IGF. I hope that you all enjoyed your stay here at Lillestrøm and at this year's Internet Governance Forum. The multi-stakeholder model is crucial for keeping the internet safe, open and free to everyone, and these are key values to bring forward until the next IGF. I hope to see you again in Norway. I hope to meet you all again. Thank you for being here during these days.
Your digital self should belong to you, meaning the data that we humans produce, whether it's our writings or our voices or our connections, our experiences, our ideas, that these things should belong to us.
Values is the thing that drives everyone, and if we have good values, we can really push the multi-stakeholder model in every part of the world, creating a better society, creating a better opportunity for everyone.
Internet is contributing a lot, but there are certain risks, and this conference is very, very important because we should not repeat the mistakes of the past. We should learn from countries which have got a lot of experience, and I think UN and IGF, they have taken this initiative with the support of the Norwegian government.
Og jeg synes jo det er så bra at mennesker fra så ufattelig mange land kommer hit sammen for å diskutere problemstillinger med ulike perspektiver. Men det er imponerende å se hvor mye folk det er og hvor godt organisert det hele arrangementet.
And this is the opportunity for us to now share our ideas, tell people about our countries, the challenges that we come across regarding internet governance. So it's been beautiful.
And welcome to Music Night, where we can relax and strengthen the bonds of friendship that we have created at the IGF.
And this is a great way to just get the community involved and for people to have a slightly different view on life.
The most important thing with IGF is that you meet people who are like-minded to discuss with you what is really the future of an inclusive internet.
Everybody in the world, everywhere in the globe should have access to the internet. This is what I believe internet is everybody right.
It is important that leaders come together with clarity in understanding, but also clarity in how we build solutions and share these solutions so that they can be reused and we can use them to bridge the gap between governments and citizens all over the world.
It is important to see AI as more than just another tool. It is a platform for transformation, one that will impact virtually every sector of our economy and every part of our society.
Hvordan holder du på kompetansen, domeneekspertisen hvis du har AI-verktøy? Hvordan motiverer du folk? Hvordan insentiverer du folk til å fortsatt lære? Vet vi hvordan vi skal håndtere såkalt de-skilling, altså det at man overlater mer og mer til maskinene og slutter å tenke selv.
It's always good to hear perspectives from different countries, from different policymakers, from different parts of civil society. I think we all ultimately share a vision for innovation to power growth and prosperity.
I think it's important that we have that kind of multi-stakeholder approach, that different experts and NGOs and industry, that they can participate also when we are speaking about such important things like digitalization and technology, which is very much shaping our everyday life. So I think it's important that we are also cooperating in a global scale in that kind of important topics.
Please welcome to the stage the Master of Ceremony, Natalie Becker-Arkovic, co-founder and storyteller at Thought Leader Global.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is wonderful to be back here. Hello to our guests in the audience and to those of you joining us globally online. A warm welcome to you. Thank you to Mr. Shengetai Misango and his esteemed panel, and to you, our members of the audience, for your valuable contributions and really helping us take stock and reflect on the week that was and is coming to a close today, IGF 2025, proudly hosted by Norway. I'm Natalie Becker-Arkovic, and I'll be your MC for this session. So we trust you've enjoyed the week of engaging talks and meaningful connections. And if you remember, we opened IGF with a grand artistic performance on Tuesday. So a throw forward at the end, at the closing of the session, we will send you off with a youthful hip-hop show, a dance show that's going to boost your mood and energy even more. So that's something to look forward to. So do stay with us. First of all, we will hear closing statements from different stakeholders. So I'd like you to kindly take your seats if you haven't yet, ladies and gentlemen. If you have, without further ado, please welcome IGF Leadership Panel Vice Chair and Nobel Prize Laureate, Ms. Maria Ressa.
I like that the panel isn't like really high and we could sit, we could stand. Thank you for being here today. As we close this remarkable gathering, it was fascinating to listen to the comments in the last panel. Please let us pause and remember why we're here. We're not just technologists, policymakers, journalists, or advocates meeting in one of our world's most beautiful cities. We're guardians of humanity's greatest information revolution since the printing press. But here's what Gutenberg didn't have to worry about. His printing press couldn't be weaponized by authoritarian governments to silence dissent in milliseconds. His books couldn't be algorithmically manipulated to spread hatred faster than wildfire. His readers weren't trapped in echo chambers designed to maximize engagement over truth. This is what we're dealing with. Yesterday on this stage, I said that the greatest challenge to the world today is to prove that the international rules-based order still exists and that impunity will end in the real and virtual worlds, because online violence is real-world violence. In the past few days, we've heard urgent calls to action. We've discussed the promise and peril of artificial intelligence, which is neither artificial nor intelligent. We've debated how to protect children online while preserving free expressions. We've wrestled with questions that would have seemed like science fiction just 2 decades ago. But please let me be blunt. We're not moving fast enough. We're still moving too slow. While we've been having important conversations, authoritarian leaders worldwide are using our platforms to rewrite reality. In my own country, in the Philippines, I've watched social media transform from a tool of liberation into a weapon of oppression. What happened to us is happening everywhere, from Myanmar to Ukraine, from Brazil to Hungary, from the UK to the United States. This moment is existential. And that is why the work you do, why what we do here matters. Not just for press freedom, you can throw that, though as someone who's been arrested and threatened for doing journalism, I can tell you that that does matter deeply, but it's for our societies, for democracy. We face 3 critical battles. 1, the battle for truth. When lies travel 6 times faster than facts, and that's a 2018 MIT study, it's gotten significantly worse. When deep fakes make you unable to tell fact from fiction, truth from reality, right? When micro-targeting can manipulate elections, we need to act. Platform accountability isn't censorship, far from it. It is safety. It is restoring democracy's immune system. 2, the battle for human agency. Algorithms that amplify our worst impulses, that reward outrage over empathy, that trap us in bubbles of our own biases, these are not inevitable. They're choices. We can choose different values. We can design for human dignity. Third, the battle for the future we want to live in. Will artificial intelligence augment human potential or replace human judgment? Will digital rights be universal or a privilege of the wealthy? Will the internet serve humanity or will humanity serve the internet? Norway, you have shown us what's possible. Your commitment to transparency, your investment in digital literacy, your protection of press freedom, these aren't just Norwegian values. They're human values that the world desperately needs. But we cannot solve these challenges nation by nation, platform by platform, crisis by crisis. The internet, we know, knows no borders. Disinformation knows no borders. Our response must know no borders as well. I've seen what happens when we fail. I've watched democracy die in real time, one viral lie at a time. But I've also seen what's possible when we act with courage and conviction. Young people are leading climate action despite their government's failures. Journalists are finding new ways to tell the truth despite unprecedented attacks. Citizens are demanding accountability despite powerful interests trying to silence them. The future isn't written in code. It's written by the choices you in this room, by the choices we make, all of us together. So as we leave Oslo, please, let's not just exchange our business cards and make our LinkedIn connections. Let's make commitments. Let's hold ourselves accountable. Let's remember that every algorithm reflects human values. Every platform policy shapes human behavior. Every governance decision impacts human lives. The internet belongs to all of us. You've seen that in the paper that the IGF has pushed out. It's on our website. Our governments, our societies, the goodness of humanity, that also belongs to all of us. The future is being created now, and it will be a future we want if you fight for it. Tusen takk, Oslo. Thank you for reminding us that another world is possible and that together we can build it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria Ressa, for sharing your contribution and your powerful message with us. And now we would like to welcome Ms. Baroness Maggie Jones, Minister for the Future of the Digital Economy and Online Safety of the United Kingdom. Baroness, the floor is yours.
Well, what inspirational speech, Maria, and a very, very hard act to follow. But ministers, excellencies, and colleagues, let me begin by expressing my sincere thanks to our hosts, the Government of Norway, and to the IGF Secretariat for their outstanding organisation and warm hospitality. This has been a forum of real substance, and it's been a privilege to be part of the United Kingdom taking part here. Over the past few days, I've been fortunate to meet so many thoughtful and committed stakeholders, and I'm deeply grateful for the rich conversations I've had, conversations that have reinforced just how essential the Internet Governance Forum is to the future of digital cooperation. The WSIS framework has delivered real results. It's helped connect billions, supported sustainable development, and provided a flexible, enduring structure through the action lines. But we must now ensure it's ready for the future. And we must recognise that there's still a long way to go to get the unconnected connected. The Global Digital Compact gives us a strong foundation. The WSIS Plus 20 review is our opportunity to build on that, to integrate, not duplicate, to align, not fragment. And the IGF must be central to that vision. A permanent mandate would allow for deeper engagement, longer-term planning, and more inclusive participation. We also hope to see stronger recognition of national and regional IGFs, which are vital in surfacing local priorities and community voices in the important years to come. So let's leave Lillestrøm today with renewed purpose. We encourage all of you here to engage in the WSIS Elements paper and to participate through the WSIS ongoing consultations. Let's continue to commit to a digital future that is open, secure, and inclusive. And let's ensure that the IGF continues to be the place where the future is shaped. Together, thank you.
Thank you so much, Baroness, for your contribution and for your message. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, and just to our speakers, thank you so much for keeping within your 4-minute time slot. We truly appreciate it. We've got a great program here, and we want to so much hear these powerful closing messages, and of course, get to that hip-hop show at the end. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to the Internet Architecture Board Chair member. His name is Mr. Dhruv Dowdy. Please join us on stage.
Hello. Just a clarification, I'm not the chair, I'm just a board member. But I'm Dhruv Dowdy. I'm from the Internet Architecture Board at the ITF, which is the Internet Engineering Task Force. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and thanks for giving me an opportunity to be a part of the closing remarks at this very successful IGF 2025 in Norway. Congratulations to everyone working to make this event such a success. As part of the technical community, which plays such a vital role in this multi-stakeholder model, we bring the expertise that keeps the internet running. We provide the core internet standards. We maintain the infrastructure. We provide grounding to the governance discussions to stay anchored in the real-world engineering and operational realities. The ITF itself is a voluntary standard organization that defines protocols for the internet from the very, very beginning, and we have developed thousands of standards for nearly 40 years now. These standards allow how computers and networks to interop with each other. This is how any device and any service can simply connect to the internet, and we get all the benefits for it. We are doing it right now by sharing audio and video over the internet using those core standards right now. ITF is a bottom-up, open, diverse, and a transparent organization. We bring together people from across the internet ecosystems. We have vendors, operators, civil society, governments, and many more who all come together with a single vision that we need to develop the best technical standards and enable innovations for all. The technical community, which includes ITF, Internet Society, ICANN, W3C, the various regional internet registries, the RIRs, the TLDs, the top-level domains, and many, many more. We all have a common championing for open, transparent, inclusive, diverse participation. And it's so good to see that the IGF has the same set of values. And we have to work together to make sure that we continue to uphold them and defend them as we face challenges. Having joined past IGF remotely, and I have attended the regional and the national forums in person, the APR IGF and India IGF in my case. This is my first in-person global IGF, and I'm so glad to make it on the site. The most fun thing was, of course, the music night, and it kind of gave me the impression that IGF is about its community, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. Being here in person also clearly gave an idea that this is such an important forum for not just communication, but real collaboration, for us to find clear pathways for us in technical community to be part of discussions in policy, and similarly, policy discussions coming in technical spaces. IGF is a very unique space. Here, I get to brush shoulders with diplomats, regulators, digital right advocates, technical experts, private sector leaders, civil society, academia, everybody engaging outside of their silos and trying to understand each other's perspective. But we all share a common commitment to the internet and its future. We all believe in its potential. We recognize that its governance will continue to evolve, and we need to be all engaged in the process until the internet reaches everyone, everywhere. This is why it would be of tremendous value if this forum gets a permanent mandate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dhruv. Now I'd like to welcome a youth representative, a digital inclusion practitioner with the Africa Digital Inclusion Alliance. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to Jacqueline Jijide.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, fellow youth, and champions of the digital world. My name is Jacqueline Jijide from Malawi, and I'm truly honored to speak before you today at the closing ceremony of my first ever Global Internet Governance Forum. I'm here because I believe in the power and the promise of this forum, a space meant to welcome diverse voices, especially youth. But my journey to this moment reminds us that access and inclusion remain far from equal. Let me share my story. Because Malawi does not process Schengen visas, I had to travel over 1,800 miles by bus to Pretoria, South Africa. My journey took 4 grueling days, including a breakdown on the way. I arrived in Pretoria with soaring legs, exhausted and determined to be here, determined to be heard. And I'm not alone. A young man from Cote d'Ivoire, Isaac, had to travel to Ghana to apply for his visa. It was only granted after the IGF had already begun. He boarded a flight, hoping to join us midway, but he arrived today. Why do I share this? Because the IGF is one of the few spaces where stakeholders, regardless of geography, are meant to have a seat at the table. Yet, if participants from the global south must overcome such barriers just to attend this, then it's a challenge. Within these bureaucratic barriers, I wish to recognize the support from the host country, Norway, and their Minister of Foreign Affairs for the great support provided during the visa process. I came here with a fire in my heart to fight for digital equity. I stand for millions of young people in Malawi and across Africa who are still left behind, still disconnected, still waiting to be seen and heard in the digital world. I met the internet for the first time at university, and that later introduction changed my life. It gave me a purpose to become a voice and a bridge for others. Today, I proudly serve as a digital inclusion practitioner and trainer, having mentored over 10,000 young learners across Malawi and Africa, and I am an active member of Malawi Youth IGF and a Pan-African Youth Ambassador on Internet Governance, the 2025 Wisest Prize Champions, shaping youth-led internet governance advocates across Africa. My work focuses on ensuring that youth, especially in rural communities, gain the skills, access, and confidence to use the internet safely and meaningfully. I support 16 government primary schools, helping young learners develop digital literacy, explore online learning, imagine futures where the internet becomes a tool for empowerment, not exclusion. Being here at IGF 2025, under the theme Building Digital Governance Together, is a powerful reminder that grassroots work matters. This platform has opened doors, strengthened our networks, and amplified voices like me, and the voices of many more youth who deserve to be supported and seen. I'm deeply grateful to the UN IGF Secretariat for the finance support that made it possible for me and other youth delegates to be here. And my heartfelt thanks also goes to Bram Fuzulani Malawi, my mentor, and to Solin Asefa Payagi, Kenneth Insisia, and Victor Otieno of African Digital Inclusion Alliance, all of whom have helped me into the advocate I am today. As I conclude, let me also quote from Myers Muno, who once said, "The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without purpose." I believe every young person deserves to discover their purpose, and a safe, open, and inclusive internet can help them to do just that. So today, I speak not just for myself, but for every young person who dreams of being connected, included, and empowered. Let us keep building digital governance together, and let us make sure no one is left behind. Thank you all for listening.
Jacqueline, thank you for so powerfully reminding us of the internet as a tool for empowerment, and importantly, as a reminder and link to our global goals of leaving no one behind. Thank you. Next, we have the chairman of the Telecom Authority in India, or TRAI, who is going to be delivering a presentation, a closing remark. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Anil Kumar Lahoti.
Good afternoon, ministers, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not giving a presentation, I'm just sharing my thoughts. It is the first time that Telecom Regulatory Authority of India has been invited to participate in the IGF. Thanks to this invitation, and having come here in this beautiful city of Lillestrøm, we find that IGF is a very good forum where the technical community, the civil society, the industry, governments, regulators, and the international bodies all come together to discuss and debate the issues in the growth of the sector and the challenges being faced in its operation. The forum provides a 360-degree view on the subjects discussed from the point of view of almost all the stakeholders involved or affected by the course that the policy or the developments in the sector may take. How important is it for a regulator from India to participate in this forum? India is home to 980 million internet subscribers, second largest in the world. The total traffic on internet is of the order of 35,000 petabytes per month, or over 30 GB, 30 gigabytes per user per month, which is rapidly growing. It shows the aspirational and progressive citizen of the country who are increasingly using the internet for their day-to-day lives. Today, over 98% of India's population is covered by 4G mobile coverage, and remaining population is also likely to get the coverage within the next few months. India has also rolled out 5G network fastest anywhere in the world, and today has the second largest 5G network. India is also executing probably world's largest program of fiber connectivity to the villages called BharatNet. Under this program, $5 billion have already been invested, connecting over 214,000 gram panchayats, that is, cluster of villages. In the phase 3 of this program, almost $16 billion has been planned to be invested with the objective of connecting remaining 50,000 gram panchayat and providing ring connectivity to build redundancy in the fiber connectivity, and also to eventually connect each of the more than 600,000 villages in the country with fiber. The high usage of internet in India is significantly enabled by one of the lowest cost of data in the world, which is $0.11 US per gigabyte. In this expansion and penetration of internet in the country, TRAI or TRAI has played a key role over the last 28 years or so. TRAI follows a transparent, multi-stakeholder consultative process in formulation of its policy recommendations and regulations. This robust multi-stakeholder consultative process has enabled TRAI to lay down policies and regulations that equitably take care of concerns of different stakeholders in the value chain while protecting the interest of the consumers as well as the industry. We find IGF provides a right and very good platform to share best practices, exchange ideas, discuss solutions to emerging challenges, and debate, evaluate pros and cons of multiple viewpoints with multiple stakeholders from multiple countries across the world. A wide range of issues have been discussed in multiple parallel sessions during this week, which include issues related to access, artificial intelligence, privacy, emerging technology, digital public infrastructure, human rights, equality, safety, and security, to name a few. In such forums, we can certainly learn from each other. And to cite a few examples, India's story of digital public infrastructure, unified payment interface, direct benefit transfer, and the trinity of unique ID linked with mobile number and bank accounts are some things which many countries are already studying to address similar challenges being faced by them. India executes over 640 million digital payment transactions per day, which accounts to nearly half of the world's total number of digital financial transactions by number. In the health sector, India has successfully implemented monitoring of complete vaccination program for each individual right from the birth, utilizing the benefits of internet technology. Open network digital commerce is enabling democratization of e-commerce with over 770,000 merchants already on board. These are just few examples which can be shared by India with others, while in this process learning from others. For the future, again to name a few, India is already working on its AI mission, which will enable homegrown AI trained on local data. It has enacted a comprehensive modern Digital Personal Data Protection Act to address privacy concerns. As we prepare for the future, this forum provides opportunity to learn from other countries and stakeholders on challenges which remain unresolved or are arising afresh, and the multiple dimensions that need to be addressed. I take this opportunity to thank UN DESA and the government of Norway to enable TRAI to participate in this very useful and productive event, and for making the excellent arrangements for the forum dialogue. I also thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my views in this closing ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lahoti, for your contribution and for your kind message as part of the closing remarks. I would like to welcome now Justice Vice President of the Court of Cassation of Egypt, Mr. Adel Majid. A warm round of applause. Thank you.
Before I begin, allow me to express some feelings, as a matter of fact. I really appreciate my colleague who preceded me in this podium, because each one of them has spoken from his heart or her heart. Miss Maria Ressa, you know, I told you, I remember how many times I watched you on the CNN, and I know how did you suffer in your road to achieve justice for the press. Have you suffered in your road to achieve freedom of expression? And I think you need another applause. Let me also pass my gratitude to my sincere colleague and remarkable colleagues at the IGF Secretariat, who facilitated my participation in this distinguished international forum, particularly in the judicial engagement session, and this is what I am going to address afterwards. It has been a truly enriching experience to hear from a wide range of stakeholders, especially those working at the forefront of the digital field, and to exchange perspectives on the legal frameworks needed to guide and regulate their work. These discussions revealed a shared understanding. In the digital age, responsibilities and obligations do not rest solely on good governance. They also require justice. And justice can only flourish where the rule of law prevails. Throughout the forum, I participated in several sessions that addressed, with colleagues from diverse backgrounds, the most effective modalities to combat misinformation, disinformation, cyber crimes, especially exploitation of children, and hate speech. There was a broad consensus that holding perpetrators accountable required well-crafted legislation implemented by judges equipped with sufficient technological expertise. I firmly believe that the legal dimension, and in particular, the active engagement of the judiciary, can meaningfully advance the overreaching goals of the IGF. I therefore respectfully propose that the judiciary track, which has already emerged as a promising and necessary component of the forum, be expanded in both scope and depth. In future editions, judicial engagement should not remain peripheral. Rather, it must become a core pillar of the IGF deliberations, promoting dialogue, capacity building, and international cooperation. A judiciary that is informed and empowered and actively engaged is essential to safeguarding fundamental freedoms in the age of algorithms. Allow me to conclude by referring to a national initiative launched by His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in September 2024, titled, and I am stressing this, putting some emphasis on this, titled A New Beginning for Building the Egyptian Human. We really need, in this age, new beginning to build every person, to build the capacities, the awareness of all people around the world. The initiatives seeks to promote human development across all the sectors in the Egyptian society. I believe that raising public awareness about the benefits and risks associated with digital technologies, including artificial intelligence, is an integral part of this vision. In my view, awareness is a cornerstone of human development in the AI era. Those bad actors who seek to undermine and divide communities often do not need physical weapons. They only need to target and manipulate people's awareness. We still have a long road ahead, but the spirit of cooperation and shared commitment I witness throughout the forum gives me hope that digital technologies can be harnessed to serve the common good, anchored in the principles of good governance and, above all, the rule of law. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Justice Mr. Meyer. Thank you so much for your contributions, and thank you to all our speakers who have contributed their closing remarks, for your powerful messages, your insights, and your calls to action. Now, as we move to the closing ceremony of the IGF 2025, I would like to hand over the floor and the word to our host country, Norway. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to the Minister of International Development of Norway, Mr. Åsmund Grover Aukrust.
Excellencies, colleagues, dear delegates, an incredible week here at the IGF at Lillestrøm has come to an end. And it's my big pleasure, on behalf of the Norwegian government and myself, to thank all of you who had made this week possible. Over the past few days, there has been high-level panels, deep dive workshops, and lively discussions. We have covered everything from internet governance and cybersecurity to AI and the right of children and youth online. There's been a level of engagement and quality of this contribution has been so impressive. We have had the privilege of hearing voices from all sectors, from all regions, and from all generations, united by one common goal: breaking down silos and building digital governance together. Because we are here, because we know that only working together, we can ensure a digital future that remains open, safe, and sustainable. What we want for the physical world is also what we want for the digital world. A world with the terms of respect, inclusion, and human rights for everyone. We are in fighting inequalities, we must ensure digital inclusion. Investing in digital public goods is an important means to that end. And I, as a Minister for International Development, will do my part in contributing to narrowing the digital divide between wealthy and poorer countries and between different groups in developing countries. And I'm therefore very pleased that there has been so high-level participants from the Global South in this year's forum. And I completely agree with the voices we heard from Jacqueline from Malawi earlier on in this session, that there is so important with voices from the South, from the Global South on the table in these extremely important discussions, and especially for the youth. So I would like to thank all the youth and children voices in this, at IGF. They have been so important in raising so many important questions. Because we have as a goal to give all the children safe and inclusive digital services. Therefore, it's so important to also listen to the youth, not because they are the future, but because they are so important here and now. I would like, in the end, to thank the UN for entrusting Norway in the opportunity to host this important gathering. Let me extend my gratitude to the IGF Secretariat and the UN DISA for their work and very close collaboration that we have had with the Norwegian government. Let me also, from the government, thank the whole Norwegian team across ministries, agencies and private sector who has made this forum come together on record time. Looking ahead, I wish all of you the best. Looking ahead, I wish all of you the best as discussion continues towards the World Summit on Information Society +20. This is a defining year for global internet governance, and the reflection from this week will no doubt shape the road to New York in December. Lastly, to all of you who has joined us this past week, in person and online, I want to give my sincere thanks. Thanks to all that have contributed to workshops, panels, in the village, in the hallway discussions, and also what I heard on the dancing music nights. And thank also to everyone that helped to organize this important event and carry out this unforgettable week, including our very important partner, Medvind Event Bureau. My last word is to just again thank you all for coming here to Norway and to Lillestrøm. I wish you all a safe travel back home, and we look forward to continuing the important conversation that we have had here in Lillestrøm and in Norway. Because let's continue to working together for a better digital future for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Aukrust. We now welcome Lee Junhwa, United Nations Under-Secretary General for Economic and Social Affairs, to the stage. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. Excellencies, distinguished participants. As we conclude the 20th meeting of the Internet Governance Forum, I extended my heartfelt congratulations to all of you. On behalf of the United Nations, I offered my profound gratitude to our host, the government of Norway, and the excellent team for your warm hospitality and leadership. By welcoming all of us to Lillestrøm, you marked a historical milestone, the 20th anniversary of the IGF, and first ever in Scandinavia. What makes this truly remarkable is that you delivered this entire process in under 6 months, a feat that no IGF host has ever faced before. Your exceptional dedication has set a powerful example of the commitment to inclusive dialogue and multi-stakeholder cooperation. Over the past several days, under the theme Building Digital Governance Together, over 6,000 participants connected online, in addition to the 3,344 on-site delegates engaged in over 262 sessions, tackling today's most pressing digital challenges and opportunities. The collaborative spirit of the IGF was clearly amplified and augmented here in Lillestrøm over the past several days. The messages emerging from this forum are clear and bold. reflecting our shared aspirations and commitments. First, the WSIS Plus 20 review is our pivotal opportunity to shape a more inclusive, equitable, and sustainable digital future. We must seize it. Second, data governance rooted in human rights is essential for AI that advances both innovation and fundamental freedoms. We must uphold it. Third, ensuring safe and secure deployment of digital technologies is a shared responsibility for the global multi-stakeholder community. We must deliver it. I invite all of you to consult the IGF messages from Norway for further calls to actions. Indeed, the WSIS Plus 20 is the momentum to reflect on how far we have come since Geneva and Tunis, and more importantly, to envision the digital governance beyond 2025. As we looked toward the UN General Assembly review of the IGF mandate in December, we have a critical opportunity to reaffirm and re-energize the IGF's role as a global home for inclusive dialogue and digital policies. I urge all of you to remain proactively engaged here and beyond Lillestrøm. The future of the IGF depends on your leadership, your energy, and your commitment. Let us carry the momentum from Lillestrøm forward to ensure a successful outcome for the WSIS Plus 20 review, one that secures an open, safe, and inclusive digital future for all. To everyone who participated online or on-site, thank you for your visions and contributions. You made this year's IGF a resounding success. I look forward to our continued cooperation in the months and years ahead. For those returned to your home, safe journey to all of you. To our host country, to our host team, thank you so much. Tusen takk.
Thank you, Mr. Lee Junhua, United Nations Under-Secretary General for Economic and Social Affairs, for those good wishes. For those of you who have traveled from far and wide, of course, a wonderful, wonderful and pleasant, safe travel back. But before we get there, we have some wonderful entertainment for you also. And also to thank you, Minister Aukrust. A big thank you also to the wonderful organizing teams who make everything happen behind the scenes. Minister Aukrust referred to Medvind and also the IGF team 2025 hosted by Norway, proudly beautiful Norway. It's been an honor serving as your MC and moderator as well for this week on behalf of Norway. So thank you so much, and thank you to you, the audience. Giving yourselves a warm round of applause. Thank you to you, the audience, for being engaged and engaging, for the questions that you've asked, also for our online audience joining from globally as well. So wonderful to have you in the house and to have you watching and engaging, also through your questions and contributions online. We truly appreciate it to make this a meaningful conversation and dialogue with actionable takeaways to continue the work. We hope you've had enriching experiences here, made great connections that will take the work forward, and been moved to action by what you've seen and heard, and also received the tools that you need for the journey. We are reminded also of the importance of the current generation of experts and leaders working with and for the next generation of experts and leaders, all working towards and for a digital, sustainable future. So in that spirit, let us close the meeting with a cultural performance. The Nordic African Live Band from the opening is back, and this time with 20 young hip-hop dancers from Substance Crew in Oslo, prepared by the IGF 2025 host country, Norway. So we invite you to enjoy the music and the energy. But before we get there, here are some highlights from the week. Thank you so much.
But he